we live by a motto of putting India to work. And I don't think we make any distinction between state, religion, or a geographical distribution of the population. And I think the key is connecting the element of the talent pool or the educated youth that we have to the job market that exists across industries and segments. And as was mentioned earlier, there is a deficit in the aspect of the educational corridor in making the person job ready. And I think we've already started taking baby steps around the aspect of training, especially in the J&K youth. Some batches have kicked off, where we are trying to address that element of a training that effectively prepares the students for the jobs. And thereafter, it's an element of trying to place them in local or other jobs. Because at the end of the day, we can bring training to the students, but we have to take students to the jobs. So as the job sector opens up, whether in J&K or outside, the willingness to connect and participate in trying to find the required jobs will be a key variable and a focus for us as we go forward.
Hello everyone. I'm in Kashmir after almost 30 years. So thank you very much for your very, very warm welcome. Not only here, but right from the time I left the airport, the first 4 motorcycles I saw were Bajaj Pulsar, Bajaj Pulsar, Bajaj Pulsar and and I would be very happy that just as Pulsar is used by people here, I would love it if people from here would come and make some of those Pulsars to be sold and to be used in Kashmir. So from my side, I have a request of you, because now it seems to be that most people are going to work either for Mr. Tata or are already working for Mr. Parikh. So some of you, please hold back. We would like to come here and take you with us to our facilities in Uttarakhand, in Pune, in Europe, in Africa. I would like to take you with us to see some of the exciting things we do. And I would also like to say this. Mr. Gandhi said that we must express also what we expect of you. I expect only 2 things of you. Have a dream, because we must all have a dream, and have an idea with which you think you can fulfill that dream. If you have a dream and if you have an idea, that would be wonderful. And you know, sometimes, let me say this in the end, as businessmen, we are supposed to have vision. And sometimes in the process of having a vision, perhaps we look very far. We don't look at what is right under our nose. So I think Mr. Gandhi and your Vice Chancellor have invited us here, shown us what is under our nose, and we will all apply ourselves to this task. Thank you very much.
Okay, second question from this side. We'll be taking one question from this side, the other question from that side. Anyone from this side?
A very good morning to everyone. I am Anam Siraj from the Department of Business and Financial Studies. As my friend said, Kashmir has enormous talent, great zeal to learn things, and we here not only work with innovation and creativity, but we carry with us the various business ethics we have been taught, and to work in a team and in a group. But we can only work proper when we get the proper education. Our education sector, I'm talking about the private sector, isn't up to mark, because we don't have many private institutions, private professional institutions, whereby our youth can, get those qualifications and get in turn trained for the future. So I would like you all to pay a bit of heed to this, as in we need these private professional institutes whereby we can get ourselves, trained for the future to come. Thank you.
Can I just add to what she said? I had a small discussion before we came to this room. I have requested all these gentlemen that we should have a long-term partnership with the university. We can have some institution of research, some institution of training, where we can have some of the experts coming from these groups and train our children. So I think that will be a good step, and your suggestion is quite welcome. So please, you can start.
So you raised the point about education, and I'd like to offer to the Vice Chancellor that I'm the Vice Chancellor for BITS Pilani in India. I don't know how many of you have heard about BITS Pilani? So I think that what we can do right away is to start an exchange program with students, with teachers. We can start an exchange program about, for example, recently we have upgraded our curriculum in every subject that you teach here. We've looked at the best curriculum across the world and seen which universities offer the best curriculum in each subject and upgraded our own curriculum. So several things from exchange of teachers, students, maybe for one semester each, sponsorships in terms of grants for research. I think it takes time to build new universities, but this is something that can start in the next 3 months, and it can be done in a very meaningful way. So that's an offer that I would like to make to you.
We go for the next question. And then also I see that Mr. Bajaj has a list of things to say. So we should save some time. So let him also say, maybe many of your questions will be already here with him. So we'll give him chance also to speak few minutes before we really get into lots of discussion and finish all the time. Because please keep that in mind.
So let's start with the third question. Assalamu alaikum to all of you, and a very good morning, welcome.
Just a minute, please.
Sorry to interrupt, but if you have a question for any specific person, if you have a more targeted question that you want to ask Mr. Tata or Mr. Parikh or somebody, then you can just ask specifically to that person as well.
Assalamu alaikum to all of you over here. So myself, Abdul Wahid Loan, I'm from South Campus, University of Kashmir. So my question goes to Mr. Tata. There are a lot of students from IT, computer science, business and management, electronics, and many other subjects are supposed to carry out their project works, internships, and dissertations outside the state. But we don't get any financial assistance from our university, so it's very difficult for us to afford that. So we welcome you to establish a technical center, or we can say an innovation center over here in Kashmir, in collaboration with the University of Kashmir, where skill development programs can be initiated, training for different software programs can be started, so that these project works and internships can be made easy to perform by the students over here. And also, the cell can be used as a source of recruitment, so that it will become training cum recruitment process. I hope this humble submission can bridge the gap between the academia and industry, as we have the topic of discussion as building bridges, which I think can go a long way in the upliftment of economy of J&K in particular, and India's economy in general. Thank you, sir.
I'd be very happy to initiate something with the university, with the Vice Chancellor, to see whether we can support the creation of an innovation center or a curriculum of such a nature. In addition to which, it seems to me one of the issues we should do is, I don't believe we really pay enough attention to campus placements from the University of Kashmir, which is something I will undertake and promise to do, that when we look at campus placements, we will send our people to this university also, so that if we have ignored it unconsciously, then we will bring that back, and you will have as much opportunity to participate in the milieu of jobs and opportunities that are available in other parts of India in our group. In addition to which, I think curricula, like has just been mentioned, an innovation center that will spark new ideas, which will be perhaps interdisciplinary, which it would need to be in order to be truly innovative. is something we can work together and see what we can put together. I make that commitment. Thank you very much for that suggestion.